This is the Mendip Woodland, and it's a little bit different. It divides opinion. Basically, it's Marmite. Hi, I'm Gabriel. My family have been manufacturing, designing and selling stoves for 3 generations. And this channel has 2 sides: stove reviews and information, and mini films about influential people whose success story might inspire you. Check them out and leave me a comment. You could also like and subscribe to see more. They make it in 3 types: this standard, a large version and a double-sided. And in fact, this is the first double-sided stove approved for eco-design in 2022. They all have log store versions. They do some convection panels which give it tiny distances to combustibles. And they have a static grate and ash pan setup that's designed for wood burning. And they've also recently added an electric and a balanced flue gas version that can be fueled by either LPG or natural gas. The reason it divides opinion is it's very hard to install without damaging a hearth, particularly if it's like a soft stone like slate. So fitters can struggle. And it's control, which we'll see later on. But the flip side is this stove has a very advanced convection system, which make the way it gets heat around a room unbelievable. Nothing I've ever tested can heat this room so fast. And in testing, it spilled around everywhere, not just this room, but the hallway, the adjoining room, and the utility room. And it looks great, has a huge big piece of glass, and it comes with firelighters. As always, cut the small logs on the base. The firelighter. And then I don't shut the handle, I just sort of leave it like that so the door is just ajar. It takes a while for this stove to get up to temperature, a bit over 20 minutes, but that's in part because of that convection system you've seen. There's lots of layers to get heat into. Well, it's 81.1% efficient, it's DEFRA approved, it's eco-design ready, and once you get used to its character, keeping it clean is easy. This is the controversial bit for some. Now, the main control is overly complicated, and this stamped bit of stainless steel as a handle is pretty uninspiring. So you have to sort of twist it from all the way over to the left-hand side for when you're lighting the stove. Once it's up to temperature, you bring it all the way over to the right. You then push it all the way in to close it down, and pull it all the way out to open it up. And as you can see, none of this is having a huge effect on how the stove is burning. But the main door handle is quite nice. And to be honest with you, if you drone on about control with this stove, you're missing the point. This stove is built to burn 1 log at a time and extract every single ounce of efficiency out of it. Like an automatic car, you don't try and interfere with it, you just let it do its thing. It's cleverer and more efficient without your interference. But on the other hand, when you shut it right down and put a couple logs on it, it's still only going to burn for a couple of hours. So if you're going out for the afternoon, you're going to have to relight it. We test stove fuel economy by getting them up to temperature and then burning a single net of kiln-dried logs on them to see how long it will maintain at operating temperature. We knew the Woodland would struggle here, and 6 hours is the worst result we've had. But it's really important to understand it is not wasting that energy, it's just giving it to the room quickly. And because of its very advanced convection system, it's pushing it further around the house than I've ever had with another stove. So yes, it's not going to suit everyone, but it's a lot better than you think. Variety is the spice of life, but for me and this house, this isn't the right buy. My house is old and loses heat quickly. It needs a constant background drive. On the other hand, a modern user with a modern house could love it. Modern houses don't lose heat, and they're often larger rooms and more open plan. Perfect for this. It's amazing at heating large spaces and pushing heat around them much more quickly. That buyer will love it. They'll use less fuel. It looks great. It has direct air for modern buildings. The only time there should be an issue with this stove is when the wrong buyer has it, because in a modern house, with its amazing convection system, it is really excellent.